Hello everyone, so today's video is a little bit different. I'm honestly completely clocked out of OP11. The meta is pretty shit right now, and I really am not enjoying it anymore. So in the meantime, I have been diving into some OP12 stuff, figuring out what deck I want to play, experimenting with different options, and today's deck that I want to talk about is Kora, the new purple-yellow Kora leader. So this video will just be like a bit of theory crafting. I don't see many people talking about this leader, and I think that he definitely has some really good strengths that I want to go over, and I think that he might find an actual place in the meta. So we'll see. Right now the card pool is a little bad, but we're gonna work with what we got. So for those of you who don't know Kora's leader effect, I'll probably put it on screen like right here or something. Is once per turn, when your law were to be KO'd, just in general, not by effect, were to be KO'd, you may instead take a life. So in that sense, it's very similar to the other Kora leader, where you can block, but this one only protects laws and you just take the life. But this effect is very strong because not only does it protect your laws from cards like Lucci or other black decks in general, it also protects them when they're going to be KO'd. So for example, say I swung with this blocker law and they're like, oh shit, I need to go for board control. They swing 8 into this law. Instead of giving 2 cards from my hand, I can rip the top life and then I'm chilling. So that's once per turn. And then the real sauce of this leader is Dawn -1. During this turn, the next 4 cost or higher law you play is -2 cost in hand. So for example, say I'm on 3 Dawn going first, right? I would go 6 leader, and then leader effect, return this Dawn. And now for 2 Dawn, I can play this law, and this law's effect would be to get back the Dawn. So there's some lines and some very strong plays that you can do with cards like this law and some other things we got. But where I am having trouble with in this deck, I guess, is I don't necessarily know what direction is good, because right now I'm kind of basing my game plan around these 2 7-cost laws, which is really good. Obviously, playing a 7/9 and a 7/8 body for 5 Dawn is incredible, and these cards are just like generically really good. This one heals, this one buffs your entire board. Generically really good. Other things the deck has going for it, like we have Double Searcher, we have this Heart Pirates law, which he searches Heart Pirates and Straw Hats, which is great. Now we have access to Straw Hat cards. And then this Kora just searches law, but it's top 5 search. So we have this, great, enables the engine. We have both of these blocker laws. This blocker law's effect is the same as this 2-cost chopper, which I'm also running. It's on play if you have equal or less Dawn, you can ramp a Dawn rested. So great synergy with the leader effect. And then this law, everyone knows. On play Dawn -1. If your opponent has 7 or more in hand, you rip 2 cards. This is especially very good in this deck because you only have to commit 2 Dawn for him. So before, if like Purple Luffy, for example, historically Purple Luffy used to play this card. If Purple Luffy has 4 Dawn up and they swing 5, you're almost forced to give a card. But in Kora's case, you can swing 7, make them take the hit, or make them give you 2 cards, and now you can Dawn -1 and play out either this law to pivot if they do give you the cards, or the hand rip law to make them discard 2. So really good options for the early to mid game, although this entire deck is basically mid game. But these 2 generically really good. And then to enable this 7-cost law, we also have these Supernova 2Ks. Kamazo actually has quite good synergy with the deck. Since your leader is Dawn minusing every turn, you can pop weenies, which is really great into some colors like yellow, or not yellow, green, and like Weenie Hut Junior fucking rush decks like Rayleigh, which this deck can kind of struggle with being a 4-life leader. Kamazo can help stabilize into stuff like that quite well. So really good card. And then this is just a vanilla 2K law. The trigger is only for Supernova leaders, but it's 2K, it's law, and it's Supernova tagged, so we can put it in life with the 7 drop. And then for the last spot, for the last 2K spot, I am debating on what to do because we have a lot of options. Just purple and yellow being good colors and having like generically good 2Ks. Maria is one that I'm testing right now because she enables the going first high roll, which I think is really good, but I'm not completely sold on her. She's great, but Zoro Juro, the 3-cost one, might fit a little bit better to enable the turn 1 high roll. Not too sure. Another card that I was thinking is Zeus. Zeus definitely gives the deck some much needed removal, but I'm not too positive on if his inclusion is necessary or like synergizes super well with the Kora, because Kora, he can kind of comfortably go down to low life because you have so many blockers. You have these two, you have Chopper, these two Chopper. You could even run cards like the EBO2 Sanji to cycle your hand because it's searchable off of our Law Searcher. So the deck is kind of comfortable going down to lower life, especially with the heal to let us play around Jambies and stuff. But it's still a 4-life leader, and playing cards like Zeus to hand rip is, or not to hand rip, to rip your life is a little scary. So I'm not too sure. And then the other one, I don't have it on hand right now, but it's Usohachi. Usohachi, yeah, just generically like the best purple 2K, so not much to say. It's also searchable off the Law, which is great. Yeah, anyways, back to like my main point. I kind of went into a deck explanation. Oh, hold on, before I forget, last one. This Sanji 2K, also very good. Searchable off Law, and since this deck does Dawn minus quite a bit with Leader and our blocker Law and cards like that, we can often find ourselves down by 2 Dawn, so this Sanji becomes very, very good. So another consideration for the deck. But anyways, back to like my main point. I am not quite sure which direction to take the deck, and that's where I'm hoping that some people can kind of help me, maybe theorycraft or test and see which way is better. Because obviously my first thought with a leader, right, is okay, playing 7-cost Laws for 5 Dawn is really, really good, but there's a lot of bricks in the deck. So say we go max 4 on this Law, 4 on this Law, and then we have 4 of the blocker Law, which is necessary. That's already 12 bricks. That's already 12 necessary bricks. And then when we're filling out our deck with like little tech cards or cards like Gamma Knife or our own like perfume clone, the brick count can get really high, especially if you want to run this Law. Now this Law, I'm very iffy about. I'm not convinced that it's really good, but I'm also not convinced that it's bad. In a way, I feel like I'm just like really shit at the deck right now, and I don't know how to properly utilize him. Because when you think about it, his effect is very restrictive. His effect is an on-attack search if you have less Dawn, and it's not equal or less, it's strictly less. So it is quite hard to use, but he is Law, so he cannot be KO'd by effects, or it's not very easy to swing over him, and he can also be buffed by this 7-cost Law. So I think that there is some merit to this, but if we were to play this as well, now we have 4, 8, 12, 16 bricks just on characters alone. So now if we want to like tech in cards like Gamma Knife or the Perfume, we're going to be getting close to 20, which is a little bit scary for a 4-life leader, because it's very easy for us to just get rushed down. So I'm not sure. So one thought that I did have was to either cut down this Law, cut it out completely, or cut down the ratio to maybe 2, and play more of a mid-range focus build, and abuse the fact that we can go wide really easily with cards like this, and playing out, cheating out another Law for really cheap, like this. So I guess an example of this would be, say we have 5 Dawn, it's our 5 Dawn turn, right? We'd be able to play out this Law for 3, and then leader effect, play out this Law for 2, get the Dawn back, and that's honestly a really strong 5 Dawn turn. We have a 4-6 blocker and a 3-5 that can search us in the following turns. They're also not able to be KO'd by effects. Well, they can be like bot decked and trashed, but cannot be KO'd. And yeah, they're just really sticky in general and can start swinging next turn. So great turn, which is where my mind is kind of leaning towards. I think that this could be the way that the deck really like gains its advantage, similar to kind of RP Law, like how he built board. But I'm still not quite convinced that this guy comes out, but I'm not really sure. The identity of the deck is very weird right now, because if you play this law, you're able to make the game go on for longer, but I don't know if that's quite what we want to do. We might want to just like say fuck it, play out like flood the board and then play out like tempo bodies and use this 7-cost law to buff our entire board and just like go super aggro. And then if we're going to die, we could use cards like where is it? We could use cards like Room or something to restand our blockers. That swung so that they can still get the benefit of being buffed and getting in like a 7k swing, but we also can still have them for defense, and Room also like makes them immune to Hody and also searchable off this law. So something that I've been thinking of and I've been experimenting with. And also another card that I think could make the list is the EBO2 Luffy. So searchable off of our 1-cost Law Searcher. Yeah, searchable off our Law Searcher. And yeah, generically just a really fucking broken card. Especially in this deck, because now, for example, on 8 Dawn, you can go Luffy, leader effect Dawn minus, and then play out something like this. So now 8 Dawn, you have the Gear 2 Luffy and a 4/6 blocker. And this Luffy is going to be swinging the turn it comes down. So that's a one direction, like a super aggro variant that I think the deck can go in. Where you just focus on this law to buff your entire board, and this Luffy to like put on a lot of pressure and kind of race them, kill them before they kill you, which is one direction I can see the deck going. But once again, I'm still very concerned with the brick count, especially running this law. The other variant that I've been testing a little bit more is kind of more like a blocker spam variant, where you do play. Obviously, you play your blocker laws. You play the 2-cost chopper, which would be 12 blockers just in this package. And then you also run stuff like Sanji to kind of mitigate how many bricks you run, and you could filter out your hand and hopefully survive with that. So this build would obviously be playing this 7-cost law, both laws, but would focus on this one and chaining it, which I think also has some merit. But it might be depending on the meta, what is necessary, right? Like if Snake Man is still tier 1, obviously he'll still be tier 1, but if he's still like the deck to beat, then it will probably be like, okay, we have to play the aggro variant and be swinging 6s every turn, because if we try to slow down the game against blue purple, then we're just gonna die. It doesn't matter if we're spamming out like value bodies and healing every turn. They're spamming out too, and also healing and getting rid of our shit. So we just never be able to kill them. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think that this leader definitely has a lot of merit. But I would like, yeah, I just need to explore with him a little bit more. He has a lot of merit, and I think people aren't talking about him as much as they should, because I don't know, I think he's just generically like, he reads pretty crazy. Maybe it's the lack of support, because we're honestly getting like no cards for him. We got the 7-cost Law SR, and that's like it. We got Kora Searcher. Like, these two are about the only cards that they gave him in the set, which is really crazy, because we do have this blocker law too, which got announced before OP12 even got started like reveals, but he's a promo. So yeah, we literally got fuck all in the set, which is very disappointing. But maybe in the coming days there'll be like an uncommon or common that comes out and can change my mind. But yeah, we'll definitely see how the deck can perform. But if there's anybody out there that's interested in Kora, definitely let me know in the comments. I would love to get more cooks in the kitchen, because I really do believe in this leader, and I think that there's definitely a build to be discovered where he can be really good and work. But yeah, one more thing that I kind of want to cover is the turn order. So obviously, like, not a lot of people will be testing Kora yet, but I'm not too sure if going first or second is better. I guess depends on build and depends on matchup, of course. But since you need to be on 6 Dawn to play your 7 drops, because you need to Dawn -1 and have 5 active, I'm not sure if going second is just better for the consistency, or going first is better to do something like this, like I said earlier, 3 Dawn and then 2 Dawn for like a blocker going wide. So not sure which one is better. There are some cards too that enable like a like going first high roll kind of thing, right? So for example, cards like Zorojuro, good because he's searchable and he lets you going first. He lets you go 1 Dawn, Searcher or whatever, 3 Dawn, you swing 5, play Zorojuro, and then if they swing at us, then we can ramp with him. If they don't swing at us, then okay, we didn't waste a card blocking or countering out of an attack, and now we still have the Zorojuro on board and we can pivot and play like our blockers and stuff like that. Or if they do decide to swing at us, we would start the turn, go 5, we'd be able to put it on Zorojuro, swing 5, ramp 1, oh shit, that's the law, sorry, ramp 1, and then leader effect, return this, and then get a turn 3 like 7-drop law, which is really, really good. It's like undeniably solid. I just don't know like the best direction, I guess. So if anybody has thoughts or is interested in playing Kora, definitely let me know in the comments. I would love to get a discussion going because there is not a lot of people talking about this leader or cooking this leader. So yeah, let me know if you have any recommended cards or anything that you think would fit well in the deck. I think there's lines to be discovered and I definitely want to try to make it work. So yeah, sorry about the rambling. This is kind of just a one-off video because I wanted to like word vomit about Kora. I'm really excited about this leader and yeah, I wanted to kind of share that. But we'll be back with some gameplay soon, probably more Kata games because Kora's not on the sim yet, so I'll definitely keep that updated. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and let me know if you have any comments or suggestions in the comments. Thank you.